Rutgers an awfully good player. He got him going. But overall, I was really pleased with our focus, our attention to detail. You know, we're coming together now. You know, the 2 games that we lost were both on last possessions. You know, we were able to win a game by double figures, and then we were able to go on the road now and you know, and beat a really good Army team that beat us the first time.
All right. On that note, what type of opponent is Army? How did you go about strategizing against them, whether it's Jalen Rucker or the team as a whole?
Yeah, well, first of all, they're a very good offensive team. Rutgers, arguably the best guard in the league. He can hurt you in a lot of different ways. You know, tonight he was 3 for 7 from 3. He had 24 points and 4 assists. He was terrific, and he was just hard to manage. Then they have some really good young shooters and Roberts and Benson. Peterson's a load inside. They got some depth up front. And then they got some athleticism on the perimeter with guys like T.J. Small, Caldwell, and Cross. So, you know, they're a very good offensive team. You know, and then defensively they played extremely hard. They held us to 42% shooting. You know, they played extremely hard. We were fortunate to make some threes tonight. We were 7 for 17, and that was the difference in the game. We made some 3-point baskets.
On that note, actually, to what extent do you think the disparity in 3-point percentage between you guys impacted the game? And how much of a priority did you place on spacing the floor as much as possible?
No, we were trying to take what the defense gives us. We missed a lot of shots around the basket. Now, there were some contested ones that were a little bit harder to make, but we didn't really finish in the paint to the degree that we would have liked to. And then we were able to open up, and, you know, the way they were guarding us on ball screens, it kind of opened up for our perimeter shooting.
Late in the first half, after trailing for most of it, y'all took the lead, and they built upon it in the second half. What strategy, game plan, or statistics was it that got you that lead, and what allowed you to maintain it?
Well, going into the halftime, we just wanted to change up on Rucker. That was the big thing, you know, change up our defense on him. It didn't really work, you know, but he was scoring, but we were able to hold the other guys down, you know, and that, I thought that played a difference in the game. That they weren't able to get guys like Roberts and guys like Benson open for threes, because when they're making threes and Rutgers scoring, they're a handful. So they only made 2 threes outside of Rutgers, and that's what happened in the first game. But then Rutgers had 29 in that game, or 30, and that was different. So we were able to hold them in 24. And win the game. So that was the big thing. And then offensively, we just kind of wanted to take advantage of the way they were guarding us on the ball screen coverage. And I thought we did a really good job of that.
Yeah, 24 is still good enough for someone like Rucker. Or to hold someone like Rucker. What do you think of Ethan Ringmont's performance tonight, and how different does this game look without him?
Yeah, no, he's a big part of what we do. He was terrific, made some big shots. You know, he's 3 for 3 from 3, and then 5 for 5 from the foul line. He came up big. You know, 3 assists, 1 turnover. He came up big tonight.
And take me through the final 2 minutes of the game. What was your plan?
Well, we wanted to try to keep the ball out of Rutgers' hands. We didn't do a great job of that. We need to practice that more. We ran a play for Nevin Zink to score it inside. They did a decent job on him. And then we try to get them guarding. Again, we try to take advantage of the way they were guarding us on handoffs and ball screens, and we kind of wanted to throw it back and take away and be able to have an advantage on the spacing after we threw the ball back after a ball screen coverage. So, you know, we try to take advantage of that, and then defensively, as I said, we wanted to make them hold him to 1 shot. We didn't want Rucker to get going. He made it. We went under the ball screen once. He made it. And then we just said, hey, we got to go over on all his stuff and kind of make him pass it, and then try to deny him back the ball.
I asked you how your plan to stop Rucker was, right?
Yeah. We just wanted to contain him. You know, it was hard to contain him. You know, he played great, but you know, if we had to play the game again, I don't know. Outside of maybe trying to deny him more, that's the only other thing I would have done differently.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. You good.
course.
Hey, Coach.
Thanks, Luke.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. I didn't mean to. Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
Take care.
There you go, sir.
Chris Mann's coming right
What's
now.
that?
Video.
Oh, okay.
You need anyone else?
No.
You're good? Okay. Sounds good.
And that was Boston University head basketball coach Joe Jones, 12th season at State University of New York Oswego. Talked about how difficult it was to contain Army's Jalen Rucker today. Jalen Rucker today, 24 points, 8 of 19 shooting, 3 of 7 on threes, 5 of 8 free throws, 4 assists.
No, but I was trying to get rid of the.
I got it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Thank you.
So we'll have Army player and hopefully Coach Jimmy Allen. Disappointing senior night for Army. Down scoring, Ethan Roberts, 16 points. Abe Johnson, 11. Colton Benson went out in the first half with some kind of a leg injury.
I think I got one, so we don't want to leave anything behind. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Thank you.
What are they going to say? Thank you. Army's got one more game before the Patriot League playoffs will start. Yeah. Thank you. Army's got one more game left this weekend. They will travel to Holy Cross and get set. See who they're going to play in the Patriot League playoffs. You see Coach Jimmy Allen coming up. Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Good. Disappointing loss on senior day. Take me through the last play. Abe Johnson gets a block, and you can't get the rebound. Goes out to Harper, and he hits the three.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. I have to watch it again to see what happened on that play. I mean, the ball kind of bounced around a couple times on the backboard. We just couldn't seem to secure the rebound. They knocked it out. Thanks. They knocked it out, and we scrambled. And credit to Jonas Harper. He made the biggest shot of the game. But ultimately, I mean, that was one of a handful of toughness plays that I thought BU made that we didn't.
And the second half, you were down. I think it went to 10 points, but you kept coming back offensively. Chris Mann was getting shots inside. Obviously, Jalen Rucker, 24 points, was making plays. Abe Johnson was making plays for you tonight. How did you feel you looked offensively?
I mean, we definitely scored enough points to win the basketball game. I thought we were just really soft defensively when it came to guarding the drive in certain positions. I mean, certain guys on their team took advantage, and we call that our terminology when you're guarding somebody and when you're driving it. There's a moment of truth where someone's going to win that man-to-man fight, that man-to-man battle, and you got to be able to do it on defense without fouling. And too often than not, we either fouled or we just kind of gave in and let some guys turn the corner on us and either get a layup or get a free throw. And then I need to watch. I don't know, rebounding wise. I mean, they had 6 offensive rebounds. It seemed like every single one of them was a monster offensive rebound. I don't know that there was a lot being called around the basket. So when that's the case, you gotta be a big boy and you got to find a way to get a rebound. You know, we held them to 6 offensive rebounds, but not the one that we needed.
But the key was making defensive stops in the second half when you
Yeah.
got it close. One of the things that's noticeable about Boston University, they were an old team. They had 8 players that were seniors or graduate students, which is what you see more and more in college basketball with the transfer portal. Is that just how do you play a team like that? Your team is young.
Yeah, I mean, you know, fortunately, I think we're finally getting to the point in our program where, I mean, you have a team like BU with 8 guys that are either 5th-year guys or, and you look across our league, and I think that I'm excited about the health of our program and the depth across the board in each of the classes. And you know, we thought we were going to be an older team this year, but people got a 5th year, and it is what it is, you know. And I'm proud of our guys. They've been playing against the same guys for a long time. We've coached a lot of games against Walter White, Jonas Harper, and you know, Fletcher Tynan, and those guys have a lot of experience, and we got to grow from this, and we can't make excuses, and we can't hang our heads, and we got to keep pushing forward, because the bottom line is I feel great about where our basketball team is. I feel great about where our basketball program is, and I feel great about what's coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Anything you can say about Colton, who went out with an ankle or
I'm not sure right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it senior night for you, Chris Mann, and a
Yeah, I
couple
mean,
of other
those
seniors?
guys are consummate academy guys. They've done everything that West Point could possibly ask of them. They've excelled. They've been unbelievable teammates. They've set a great example. They've been great students. They're going to be incredible officers. I could not be more proud of them, and just the privilege that I have as a coach here at West Point to be around young men like that.
I thought you have Holy Cross this weekend, and then you have the playoff. How do you approach that?
We got to get ready to play Holy Cross.
Okay.
Then we'll figure out after that who we play.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, absolutely.
Army coach Jimmy Allen. We'll have Army senior Chris Mann. Chris, hi. Ken Kraetzer, CaMMVetsMedia. Obviously a disappointing senior night for you, but the second half you were making offensive plays. You had a couple of drives inside, helped bring your team back so that you could tie it. I think it was at 67 all. How did you feel in that part of the game about getting back to where you had the game tied in the last minute?
I mean, I feel like we definitely had a great chance to win the game at that point. We were down the whole game. They would make a run, we would make a run. So we finally were able to get some stops at the end, and then able to tie it up, and just weren't able to get it done at the end, though.
And Abe Johnson had a big block, but he just couldn't get the rebound and kicked out, and they made the 3 to go ahead. Just tell us about Jalen Rucker. Had a big night tonight, making plays again, getting you back in the game in the second half.
Yeah, Jalen's always good to make a lot of good plays. So he was able to get going in the second half. Well, he was going the whole game, so he was able to keep us in it, moving the ball around, getting other people's shots too. So he was really big for us tonight, as always.
Tell us about your senior night. Your family there, and it's been a long journey. It is for everybody at West Point. What was senior night like for you?
It was pretty awesome, you know, having so many people here to support me. Kind of doesn't really feel real yet that it's only got like a couple more weeks left in my season, well, my career, but I'm just trying to make the most of these moments with my teammates and family. So
Tell us about your 2 fellow seniors that were introduced today.
yeah, me and Ben have been super close since day one, so we're gonna be friends for life, and he's an awesome guy. He hasn't been able to play much. He actually got hurt pretty bad this year, so he was just getting back, but it was pretty awesome to be out on the floor with him at the same time.
And you had one of your managers today also introduced.
Yeah, Matt's a great guy. He's been with us, I think, for 2 years now. He has been super helpful around the team, and a great friend to have.
What's been in your 4 years here at West Point? What have been some of the big challenges that you've overcome?
I mean, there's a lot of challenges here. Like the summer training, I think would be one of the biggest challenges for me, trying to get through that. Well, a lot of other schools, they're training all summer, playing basketball all summer, and we're out in the field doing stuff that has nothing to do with basketball. So that definitely is hard.
And tell us about your future. I know you're getting married soon. Tell us about your future in the Army.
So I'm going to be a signal officer. I'm going to stay here for 6 months as an AI to help out with the basketball team. So I'm really looking forward to that. And my fiance is also going to be staying around as an AI. So after we get married, we'll be able to stick around here for 6 months, and then we'll go. And post night is next week, so we'll figure out where we're going to go next week. Pretty excited about that.
Chris, congratulations. Great watching you play.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, Army senior Chris Mann. And it's Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia. Following Boston University's 73-67 win. We'll have some more stats on the page. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Ken. How you doing?
Good, Aaron.